Proceed. And student creed number 1. I intend to develop myself in a positive manner and to avoid anything that reduces my mental growth or my physical health. Number 2. I intend to develop self-discipline in order to bring out the best of myself and others. Number 3. I intend to use what I'm in class constructively and defensively to help myself and my fellow man and never be abusive or offensive. Proceed. All right, so as we go into Kenpo, we're going to be going into long four kata, which is probably certainly the longest, the most challenging kata that I've learned. And there's parts that are really super cool, but certainly parts that are very.
Okay.
So we'll go through it. I'll demonstrate the best I can. Of course, for me to show any kind of stances right now is virtually impossible. Right? Who's hanging out with me?
Heitzman, sir.
Hello, Heitzman. All right, so here we go. The first step is bowing into the kata. This is more the traditional Kenpo bow, which I demonstrated a little bit. What I'm going to end up doing is we start from set, and then we would say kata, long forward, and then the bow is I make a fist with the right, I put my hand over it, and then I step out with my left in a cat stance. I step out with the right into a cat stance, so I put my hands over, and then I step back, and chamber my hands, which I have a hard time demonstrating how to do it now, because I'm not supposed to put all the weight on my left foot. So we start off with set, and then we go kata, long forward, I step out with the left with my hands over here. And then I'm going to step out with my right, and I'm going to switch to step forward to the right. And then I will be in cat stance with the weight on my back leg. I put my hands over, and then I will step back with my right, step back with my left, and keep my hands. Right? We'll do that again. Step to the left with your hands to the right side. Step out with the right foot, you bow and put your hands out in front, and then step back right, step back left, and take it. One more time. Here, left, step out with the right and bow, step back right, step back left, and then I'm going to step with the left foot first in a horse stance, and I'm going to raise the eyes, my right hand comes under my left arm, and then I raise the eyes again, and my chamber is going to be open to all. Right? So, we do that. So here, I'm going to go right, and then I'm going to do a spear with the left, as I front kick with the right. Both of those happen at the same time. Got it. And then plant forward into a horse stance, and my right elbow is going to come across, my left hand is going to open. Okay. All the way back here again. It's going to be chamber. Step left, raise left. Reach underneath with the right, raise with the right. Spear with the left as you kick with the right. And then plant down with the elbow with your right. And chamber. 1, 2, kick spear, and then elbow. Chamber, step forward, 1, 2, kick spear, that's one down, and then elbow. Then chamber, step out, 1, 2, kick spear, elbow, and then I'm going to elbow with my left, and then spear with the right, as I chop backwards with the left. Right? So again, this point, and step forward, 1, 2. Spear front kick, elbow, spear tap. Fingers, step out, 1, 2. Spear front kick, elbow, spear tap. Finger, step, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Do it again without me. Step forward and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Go. Again. Go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Did you do this before the break? Okay. So I do it again. Let me see how the Heitzmans and Hows are doing. Let's see it, guys. Good, right? Remember, the angle for the elbow is straight forward, and it might just be the angle that your camera is at, but it should be that as I get to here, the elbows are even with my shoulders, right? They might have been there, and it might just be that I'm looking up at you guys a little bit. So again. There you go. Yep, that's it. That is closed. As soon as you go there, actually take it back. The very first strike, and this is a good question from Jennifer, is the very, very first strike, my hands stay closed. So when I do this first one, my hands close, but then as soon as I go here, then everything stays open for that next section. But on the other side, it's actually open. Weird for that. So I go here, 2, 3, and hit, and steer chop, and then I'm going to go outward block hammer fist, and then the hand into the outward block with the claw, with the other hand does the back fist, and then you go circle back. Okay. Again, set, rich hand, swing, spear, elbow, elbow, spear chop, outward block hammer fist, break back fist, circle back. And set, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. More 100 times on your own. And if you do the elbow and the back fist, it's kind of like they extend and then they come back to the elbow back fist. The hammer, the back fist, and the claw. So once I get to here, this hand goes this way, and it's kind of like I set them first, and then I strike and then come back. 1, 2. So from here to here, and then strike and then back. Almost up a little bit, instead of just out. So, oh, it's bigger and strong.
Renshi,
Yes, sir.
are all of the, in that first part, it's all horse stance, there's no hard bow?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Then same but opposite. So now once we set, everything is the same, but now we do that this side. So I step forward to the right, right hand rich hand, left hand raise, and then screw front kick, right forward, elbow, elbow, your chop, back fist, hammer fist, flip over. This side is all open right away. Open, open. Yeah, there we go. Takes a while to get it. Watching this later. my leg is so dry right now. Just like, yeah, just like take socks off and just snow on the ground. So now go from the beginning and put all of that together, right? So now we're here, we start off set, and then step forward to the left, step forward to the right, following, and step back. And then step out left, right, left to the right leg front fit, elbow, elbow, spear down, hammer to back fist, tiger claw, circle set, left to the right, step off to the right. Reach hand, spear, right leg spear, elbow, elbow, spear top, elbow block, spear back, hammer fist, elbow back, spear away, and back. Both of them together. Spear. No circle set up here. Then you go into the next one. A couple more times and then I'll try and show you the next section. Best as I can. You're kicking it, so we'll see how it goes. Set, and then the other side. There you go, you got it. So now from the ending of this last move, so my left hand just did the back fist, and right hand did the claw. Now the draw back into the cast stance, my right foot's going to draw back at it. My left hand is going to come across with the forward block, and then it's going to punch, and the front kick with the right foot. And then right off of that front kick, I'm going to turn my stance this way, inward block with my right, punch with the right, front kick with the left. So I'm going inward block, punch, front kick, turn, inward block, punch, front. Here, inward block, left, you draw back the stance, punch with the left, front kick with the right. Turn right into the cast stance on this side, inward block, right, front, punch with the right, punch. The punch, yeah, the punch stays out on this as you do the kick. So you don't really demonstrate on this to one side, but on both sides, it would go inward block, punch, the punch stays there as you throw the kick. Must
Sir?
be felt. Question, Karen?
So the hand that does the inward block is the one that punches,
That's correct.
and you leave it out there while you kick.
Correct.
The other hand is chambered,
Chambered,
open hand?
yes. So if I were looking at the strain, and sorry, I should have done it this way too, so you guys can see it a little bit. So on that section, and again, I can only demonstrate it on the one side really effectively.
Yeah,
That
no.
was an inward block,
Mhm.
punch, and then I would kick, right? And then off of the first side, I automatically go right to the second side. Right? I just can't demonstrate that side though. So I would go, this, I'm mirroring you right now actually. So I would go inward block, punch, kick, and then I would turn right into the other side. I just couldn't show the cat.
Okay,
Inward block, punch, and now my right leg is good. Or that leg is good.
What is the stance you're going into, sir?
In a cat stance. So we're going from, we're in a horse stance on this part,
Mhm.
and then, well, let me pretend I was on this side. So I would have been in a horse stance here, and then I draw back into a cat stance on the inward block. I do my punch, I do the front kick, and then when I go to this side, I go right directly into the cat stance.
The punch comes before the front kick.
Hold on a second, let me come a little closer so I can hear the question. And see what you're doing. Say that again?
Okay, you do the inward block, then you do the punch directly, and then the kick comes after that, not at the same time as the punch.
Right, so it's, the cadence would kind of be like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Karen. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Yes, sir.
So now put the whole thing together, right from the very beginning with the bow, right? Which, yeah, right. Jump ahead. So that's it. So ready, we bow first, we draw back, and then we go. Reach, ready, kick, here, circle, other side. 3, 2, 1, 2. Inward block, front kick, kick to the right, inward block, punch, kick to the left. Right? Do that a couple of times from the beginning right to the end, or to that point far from the end. And then I'll show you the next section. We'll add one more section. Three. Nice. Looks good. All right, so now let's add on the next little section, right? So the next little section, we just did this side, we went inward block, punch, kick with our left. We're going to plant down and step backwards with the right foot into a horse stance. But my body is still going to be facing this way. I'm going to go outward block to the left, downward block to the right, downward block to the left, outward block to the right. And then I'm going to parry with the right, or rake with the right, actually. There we go. 1, 2, rake with the right, back to the left. And then we turn and we go this way, the same way. From our horse stance, it's actually a horse stance. 1, 2, rake, back. Right? So on this side, outward block, downward block, rake, back. And then the other side, outward block, downward block, rake, back. Okay. So imagine this 1, 2, right? So this motion with the hand, so if I go this way, this is what I'm doing. One hand does the outward block, one hand does the downward block. One hand outward block, one hand downward. Right? 1, 2, break back. 1, 2, break back. Right?
okay, so if you're
Yeah, yeah.
stand like this. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
So if you're done with your punch kick combo we
Yep.
just did, your right hand is out. Your left foot comes back so that you're in a horse stance.
So your right foot does. So we just went here, 1, 2, and then I'm really close. So I just went inward block with the right, punch with the right, kick with the left. My left foot plants down, and then my right foot is going to step back. And then I go outward block, downward block, rig back.
Okay, so it's okay. So the right hand is out.
The left foot makes the adjustment, which really isn't a lot of an adjustment, because the stance is almost square up to the front at that point, right? Because I went here, kick, step back. So there's just a little bit of an angle to it. And then my left foot adjusts a little bit, 1, 2, rig back.
So the hand that's out after the punch kick combo goes down first.
The hand that's out after the punch kick combo goes down first. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And so that will be the one that parries, and the other one is the one that back fists.
Yes.
Okay,
So it's, okay, so
so it's,
did the last, so we did the last punch kick, inner block punch.
yeah,
Yep,
so it's 1,
yeah.
2, 1, 2. And then you turn.
And a quick thought with this, think of it like somebody's giving you a double wrist grab, and you'd be amazed how effective this is. We never really do this in the class, but if somebody gives you a double wrist grab and you go downward block, outward block a couple of times fast, their hands doing this, it actually makes it hard to hold on to the person. In fact, if you just take when somebody does a double wrist grab, you just do this with your hand really quick, go up and down, they'll tend to let go. I don't know, it like boggles the mind if they're not used to it. Right? So what you're doing is you're going 1, 2, and now I'm grabbing an arm and I'm back fisting in the head. Shift the other direction. 1, 2. Step down, then step straight on underneath the other, and then step back.
Renchi, are these open hands?
Say that again, Jim.
The,
I think these are fists.
these are fists or open hand now?
Fists. Tight
Fists.
fist on the block, and then a rake and a back fist. So when I do the blocks, my hands are tight, boom, boom. And then when I do the rake, it's like I'm grabbing. So if somebody had a double wrist grab on me, for instance, I'm going here to loosen it up, and I'm grabbing their hand and then trapping over the top and hitting them with the back fist.
Okay, so we're not doing the, whatchamacallits. What do you call these?
Chambers?
Oh, there's no chambers in between them.
Correct.
Okay, and the
Yeah, that little section, there's literally no chambers at all. Because I'm
Okay.
here, my hands are apart, away from my body, and I grab and I back fist. And so there's no chambers at all in that little section.
And these are both cat stances,
They're horse stances.
horse stances. Okay, yes. Sir.
Correct. tomato, tomato, outside front, it all works out to be the same. All right, so now put the whole entire thing together. Now we start from the beginning, you do the bow, you come back, and then step, bridge hand, leg, front kick spear, elbow, elbow, spear chop, elbow block hammer fist, back to squat, circle tap, bridge hand, leg, front kick spear, elbow, elbow, spear chop, elbow block back fist, leg block, and then forward block punch kick, inward block punch kick, step back, outward block back, and outward block, downward block, leg practice, and then move, outward block, downward block, outward block, downward block, leg back. Couple more times on your own. Husband plant one more time. That's it. One more time from the top. Let me see it, guys. Open, yep. Nice. Oh, like pros, like you guys have done this before. All right, nice job. So there are the first 3 sections out of about probably 25 of long porcata. Some of them are actually more complicated than that. Some of them are much, much simpler than that. Right? So it's kind of the middle of the road. But it's a cool kata. It's a challenging kata to get down. And I'll do the best I can. We're teaching it in the next 3 weeks. I think I get to start getting rid of the crutches fully. And then it'll be a little bit easier for me to start explaining some of it. But even when we get it framed in and start detailing it over the course of the next 3 weeks, it'll be helpful. You guys get most of it down. So at this level, the nice thing about black belt is I can just go, well, that's a horse stance. I don't have to show it to you. You have a nice idea. So, nice work today, team. Everyone relax hands. And loud and proud as a dedicated student of the martial arts.
As a dedicated student of the martial
I will
arts,
live by the principles of black belt.
I will live by the principles of black belt, modesty, courtesy, integrity, self-control,
perseverance,
perseverance,
indomitable spirit.
and indomitable spirit. Black belt excellence, sir.
Position.
Yeah.
Set. Courtesy. Out. Impact martial arts. Awesome. Nice job, team. High fives for everyone. Get over here. Nice work, Tim and Karen. Am I going to see you guys for Kali?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
See you, sir.